just goes right around the bend, and it pretty much ends there.
Are these new houses built again?
I believe
have been redone.
Yeah, I believe that one was, but the rest of them I'm not entirely sure yet. Our team is still trying to get out there and actually assess it.
Because that one looks like it's been built and everything. That
Yeah.
fell over.
Yeah. So,
even more homes are damaged, including 4 or 5 on the left. We know that there's 5 that have been totally lost, and as you can tell, there's going to be a lot more that we're just going to have to contend with.
Yeah, the recovery is going to take longer because we cut electricity, we cut gas, and we cut water out here because of the breaks in those lines. So in order to make it safe, we had to stop that right at the end. So it's going to take us a much longer time once we can even get access here to get the home.
And you were able to get everybody out of the houses before it happened?
Everybody but 3
stayed?
people left. There were 3 people that stayed. Since then, one other family has left, so we have 2 families that stayed in there now. At this point, we're trying to figure out how to get them water because we had to cut the water as well as everything else to the street.
And we can't get down the road to them at all.
We can, as you can tell right now, we have some help from the state.
Yeah.
They're out here now. They're kind of helping with the firefighters, bringing them in now, and our town officials to really start to assess one by one. But
and these people won't leave still?
Those 2 last families, no.
Mr. Tetra?
Yes.
Just updated information within the last 15 minutes. There are more than 2 families that have been identified there through the house-by-house search. There are additional people that have stayed throughout the storm and are remaining there. Some have requested assistance to get out of the area. Others are staying, and we're not forcing them out at this time.
For those that want assistance out of there, is there a way of getting them to the water so we can get them out?
There is. We have 4 specialized teams in there going house to house, going to each address, identifying the hazards, any people that are hurt and any people that are staying. We're tracking that. Anybody who requests assistance can be taken out by boat. This area over here that you'll see, you can walk on it. The areas, we have some actual natural breaks there that keep the water in almost like a bowl. There are boats in operation to get out. So while they can walk here, the area you can't see down there, it does still have water in it. We have 4 boats in there that are taking people out as requested.
And nobody needs medication or anything like that. They haven't requested.
I don't have that information right now, but we are asking as we search.
If they had responded, we would have worked to get them out of there.
Right.
The emergency management teams have been doing a fabulous job. What has been described just here is our door-by-door search. We're doing first a door-by-door search to see if anybody's left, if there's any of the occupants that were hurt or injured during the storm that had left. The second wave of that will be going through making sure that the structures are safe and inspecting them so that we can then start reinstalling utilities. The difficulty here is because the utilities come all the way down, it's one line. We basically need to make sure all the homes are safe before we turn the gas back on, before we turn the water back on, before we turn the electricity back on. So this will be the last area of Fairfield to get fixed up.
And that would be, I can understand why. Is there other areas in Fairfield that
I think that was the other point that we wanted to talk about, just very briefly. This is one visual picture of the town of Fairfield. There is a whole nother visual picture that certainly you don't have enough time in the day or the week, frankly, to go visit it. We're dealing with massive trees down. At one point in the storm, we've had probably most of the town, if not everyone,
John, can you hear? Because you should be hearing.
Or out of order, out of power. So there's a whole other visual picture of the town that we could show you that is just as devastating, just another devastation. As we know, the wind. So we were really attacked on 2 fronts.
Right.
The water came and attacked us on one way, and the wind and the rain came us on the other way.
And the streets that are still blocked, are they safe streets? Are they the ones that, main streets?
Yeah, UI is working to make those safe. In addition to that, we have personnel that are actually going out. We're doing a search and touch.
Okay.
It's a search, find them and say, we're here for you. We can't really get to you and do a lot of work for you, but we want people to see emergency services door to door. So we have that aspect going on while this rescue is going on.
So you need people that can tell you if the lines are hot still, right?
Sure, yeah.
But you have people to cut the trees down if UI doesn't have the tree cutters.
Our DPW crews are ready to go. We have plenty of people available to remove the trees. We've removed every tree we can that doesn't have power lines attached to it. Okay. It's the removal of the power lines that is the biggest holdup. And again, most of our town isn't flooded, so we have plenty of work to do in the rest of the town if UI was here. Right. The issue here is that we still have standing water in the neighborhoods. When we talk about this being worse than Irene, we didn't have standing water for this long. So we in fact are bringing in pumps to pump out some of the neighborhoods so that we can get rid of that water even faster. We started that action today.
Yeah.
And that's in support of the search and recovery efforts that the firefighter was talking about earlier.
Again, it's still the same problem we had with Irene, where the towns are not allowed to touch the trees with the wires.
Absolutely.
And the refusal of the power companies to allow town officials and state officials to be certified to deal with live wires.
Yeah, we're gonna have
He's
to,
got the people who want to do it, and they're not allowed to do it.
we're going to go back and talk. And as I said, there's a lot of good changes that happened since Irene, but there's still more changes to be done to be ready for the next time. But nobody would have thought we were going to get this close.
Unfortunately,
but
Mother Nature has given us a lesson to learn quicker than we had hoped,
That's
but we're
right.
certainly going to learn lessons from this one like we did the last one, and
Right.
we'll certainly look to improve.
And I think one of the suggestions that the senator has is accurate. We have to work on making sure other people are licensed in some way to be able to go in there and see if it's at least a live wire. If it's a live wire and you don't want to touch it, that's fine till we get somebody in there.
We got
let me know.
firefighters and other officials who
Right.
can be trained easily
Absolutely.
if they're not already.
Yeah. We have to look at that.
Actually, three crews
Right.
down there.
So that's what we're going to have to try to do and stuff. Sorry for the families, and I just hope everybody's well. That's a big thing, because we'll be able to rebuild and take things down, but we got to make sure our families are safe.
And that's what we're checking on now. We're going back to make sure that right now we don't know of any serious injuries, and we haven't had anybody that died during the storm. We want to make sure we keep that record intact.
We have to just see, as soon as I know that we're all going to be moving resources around, and some towns need it more than others, and it looks like Fairfield really needs some more resources coming in. So
Thank you.
We'll
really
bring it
appreciate
back
the
to
support.
Hartford. We'll bring it back to Hartford and give them the news and stuff.
Good.
Lieutenant
Thank
Governor,
you.
Mayor Chris was very upset at UI on his press conference today at 10 o'clock.
Was he?
He was upset that they weren't moving fast enough, that they actually moved faster during Katrina. Do you agree with that?
During Katrina? You mean Irene?
Irene, I'm sorry.
You know what? I don't know about who moving fast or whatever. I know that we had their stations back up again in Bridgeport. We're excited about that. We know that we want to move. Everybody wants to move a little bit faster. We're going to keep trying. We'll keep.
Selectman, how you faring with the power outages? Are they moving fast enough for you?
We're looking for a lot more crews on the ground much faster. We've got, as we said, 282 trees down with wire entanglement. We've got to get more crews down to take care of those.
I just said to Jim, can you give him a turn? Just do the questions afterwards. We could just do one at once. Yeah, that's fine. Which was the
Thank you.